13 biggest tiaras ever worn by a royal. Imagine a tiara so colossal it weighs as much as a newborn child, and another so drenched in sapphires it glows like a royal storm under chandeliers. These aren't just jewels, they're monuments of power, legacy, and unspeakable secrets. One vanished for decades, another never seen outside its kingdom. In this video, we'll reveal the biggest tiaras ever worn by a royal. The Delhi Durbar Tiara. One of the largest tiaras ever worn by a royal, the Delhi Durbar Tiara is a glittering circlet of astonishing grandeur. Crafted in platinum and gold, it wraps fully around the head, shimmering with a bold array of diamond lyres, S-scrolls and elegant festoons, originally crowned with 10 vivid Cambridge emeralds. Commissioned by Queen Mary in 1911 from dismantled Boucheron pieces, this tiara was designed to match the magnificence of the Delhi Durbar, where her husband, King George V, was declared Emperor of India. Queen Mary wore it proudly at the state opening of Parliament, and several royal portraits between 1912 to 1939, sometimes fitted with the famed Cullinan 2 and 4 diamonds. Later lent to Queen Elizabeth for the 1947 South Africa tour, the tiara quietly disappeared from public view until 2005. In a single dazzling reappearance, the Duchess of Cornwall, now Queen Consort Camilla, wore it for a state banquet. The Dutch Sapphire Tiara. With a 44-carat diamond blazing at its centre, the Dutch Sapphire Tiara is one of the biggest tiaras. It's a royal thunderbolt. Framed by 655 diamonds and 33 Ceylon sapphires, this colossal masterpiece was crafted in 1881 by Maison van der Stickel, possibly echoing Oscar Masson's 1867 design. King Willem III shelled out the equivalent of €1.2 million for this stunner and its matching sapphire parure. Queen Emma first dazzled in it during her daughter Wilhelmina's inauguration in 1898, marking the end of her regency with flair. Though never photographed wearing it, Emma held on to the tiara until her death in 1934. From there, the tiara passed into the hands of Queen Juliana, who wore it for her wedding portraits. It later crowned appearances by Crown Princess Beatrix in the 60s, but it was Queen Maxima who truly revived its legend. She wore a reworked version for her husband's 2013 coronation, then stunned in the original design during Denmark's 2015 state visit, and again in official portraits by Erwin Olaf in 2018. This grand tiara is a living legacy still stealing royal spotlights. Queen Sophie's Diamond Tiara. Towering in brilliance and sheer scale, Queen Sophie's Diamond Tiara is one of the largest and most awe-striking tiaras in royal history. Crafted with emerald-cut diamonds set in majestic scrolls and florals, its gleam is nearly theatrical. Gifted in 1889 to Princess Sophie of Prussia, upon her marriage to Crown Prince Constantine of Greece, this masterpiece became her signature, even through exiles, wars and upheavals. The tiara passed through generations, from Queen Sophie to Queen Frederica, adorning state visits, royal portraits and glittering galas, but then it vanished. After Queen Frederica's death in exile, whispers swirled, was it sold or lost forever? Decades later, in 2012, jaws dropped. At Queen Margrethe's Jubilee in Copenhagen, Crown Princess Marie Chantal of Greece stunned guests by wearing it, resurrecting its legend in diamonds and light, a crown of legacy, survival and spectacle. But will we see it sparkle again? The Braganza Tiara. At 12.5 centimeters tall and reportedly weighing a staggering 3 kilograms, the Braganza Tiara isn't just one of the biggest tiaras in the royal world, it's a fortress of diamonds. Crafted in France using the purest Brazilian diamonds, some so clear they were said to look made of water, this masterpiece was born in 1829 for Empress Amélie of Brazil. But this tiara has done more than sparkle. It survived abdications, wars, pawnbrokers and royal intrigues. After crossing continents, it landed in Sweden, passed from Empress Amélie to Queen Josephine, and eventually to Queen Sylvia, who wears it only for the grandest of state visits and royal portraits. Its last grand appearance was at Crown Princess Victoria's wedding, And yet, despite its fame, it never leaves Sweden. Or does it? The Greville Tiara. It sparkles like spun ice and rises like a crown of light. The Greville Tiara isn't just big, it's also breathtaking. Worn today by Queen Camilla, it's one of the most towering and commanding tiaras in royal rotation. Crafted in 1921 by Leuchtenberg for Boucheron, its distinctive honeycomb design was sculpted from dismantled diamonds, giving it both modern structure and old-world fire. But this wasn't just a showpiece, it was a secret treasure. Dame Margaret Greville, its original owner, rarely wore it in public. And when she left her vast collection to Queen Elizabeth, later the Queen Mother, no one expected the diamond loot inside that black trunk. A tiara so tall it had to be altered by Cartier in 1953 to enhance its height even more. The Greville Tiara became the Queen Mother's glittering signature, and today, it's Queen Camilla's crown of choice, from Brazil to Malta to Buckingham Palace itself. But will it pass down to the next queen? Time and tradition will tell. The Luxembourg Empire Tiara. Towering at 10.5 centimetres tall and 19 centimetres wide, the Luxembourg Empire Tiara isn't just grand, it's colossal. Often called the Big Gun Tiara of Europe, this majestic diadem once dazzled on Grand Duchess Charlotte in 1919, and today rests in the regal hands of Grand Duchess Maria Theresa. Crafted possibly by Frankfurt's Jakob Tillmann Speltz, this Empire-style tiara dates back to 1829 and was once a transformable masterpiece, able to morph into brooches, rings and other tiaras. Its structure features a regal base of large round diamonds, crowned with scrolling diamond palmettes that rise in rhythmic, imperial grandeur. Now permanently mounted, it remains an awe-striking crown of towering diamonds and historic glory. Rarely seen, it made a glittering comeback in 2006 during a Dutch state visit, and again in 2010 at the Swedish royal wedding. In 2011, it graced official portraits reminding the world Luxembourg's royals do power dressing royally. Norwegian Emerald Tiara. Towering in presence and opulence, the tiara from the Norwegian emerald parure is one of the largest and most commanding in royal history. With dazzling emeralds framed by gold and platinum scrolls, its sheer size could silence a ballroom. It is rumoured that Napoleon gifted it in 1806 to Princess Augusta of Bavaria, continuing his tradition of emerald tiaras for imperial brides. Later passed to her daughter Amélie, future Empress of Brazil, the parure mirrored Brazil's national colours, green and gold. But after a dramatic fall from power and war exile, the jewels were once pawned in London and miraculously reclaimed. By 1873, this regal heirloom travelled north, inherited by the Swedish and then Norwegian royals. Princess Ingeborg reworked it, and her daughter, Crown Princess Martha, famously wore it at Queen Elizabeth II's coronation. Today it graces Queen Sonja of Norway, reserved for only the most significant state occasions and royal galas. But here's the mystery. Will this emerald legend next crown Princess Ingrid Alexandra, or vanish quietly into vaults of secrecy? The Leuchtenberg Sapphire Tiara. The Leuchtenberg Sapphire Tiara rises with 11 colossal sapphires crowned over an intricate diamond base, a royal marvel that glitters like thunder. Paired with a matching necklace, brooch, earrings and hairpins, this parure isn't just a set, it's a statement. Gifted in 1810 by Empress Josephine to her daughter, Princess Augusta, this regal ensemble has passed through generations of Swedish queens, each rewriting its legacy in portraits, galas and state banquets. But here's the twist. Its original pearls, once swapped in for sapphires, now sit quietly elsewhere in the royal vaults. And though the tiara can flex open like a coronet, only Queen Sylvia wears it now, her declared favourite. She's donned it from the 1970s Nobel Prize ceremonies to royal weddings and beyond. So, what keeps this tiara out of reach from the rest of the royal family? We'll explore that and more as we uncover why this 200-year-old parure still reigns as the crown jewel of Swedish regalia. The Stewart Tiara. A towering marvel of royal craftsmanship, the Stewart Tiara was crafted in 1897 to cradle a single breathtaking jewel, the 39.75 carat Stewart diamond, a rare sea blue pear cut once gifted by King William III to Queen Mary II. It's rumoured the tiara holds over 900 diamonds, layered in swirling scrolls, detachable motifs, and regal floral forms. But this isn't just bling, it's history. The diamond vanished into private royal collections for decades, worn by queens and princesses across centuries. Queen Emma dazzled in it at Windsor in 1882. Queen Juliana flaunted it on royal tours from Denmark to Britain. And then, silence. For nearly 40 years it disappeared. Until Queen Maxima brought it back, with flair. She wore it in full glory at Buckingham Palace in 2018, setting jaws dropping across royal watches. Since then, she's reimagined it. As earrings, tiaras without the Stewart, even minimalist renditions. So why does this colossal Dutch jewel keep transforming? Because the Stewart Tiara is more than a crown. It's the crown that never sleeps. Spanish Fleur de Lis Tiara. Forged in 1906 by Ansorina, this platinum tiara dazzles with sweeping scrolls and 3 towering fleur de lis, each sculpted in glittering diamonds, bold yet delicate. Fit for a queen, it crowned Princess Victoria Eugenie on her wedding day to King Alfonso XIII. But this was no ordinary jewel. It was La Buena, the good one, the crown jewel of Queen Ina's collection. Symbolising the Spanish Bourbons, it graced her portraits, royal balls and even pre-wedding galas for Prince Juan Carlos and Infanta Pilar. In exile, Ina clung to it like a royal anchor. Later, it passed to Queen Sophia, who chose it only for the most politically or emotionally loaded banquets, including one with a Greek president who once ousted her father. Today this tiara belongs to Queen Letizia. Elegant and intentional, she's worn it sparingly, most recently at Japan's imperial banquet. And when she does, Spain isn't just sparkling, it's making a statement. La Rusa Tiara. It shimmered like snowfall under chandeliers. La Rusa, a towering diamond kokoshnik tiara, once nestled in the treasure vaults of Spanish nobility. Inspired by imperial Russia, its regal arc was drenched in pavé-set diamonds, mimicking Empress Marie Feodorovna's famed kokoshnik style. But here's the twist, it didn't stay royal forever. Inherited by the legendary Duchess of Alba, La Rusa became a bridal crown in the Alba family, most notably worn by Princess Maria in 1977 and Matilda Solis in 1988. But then came the scandalous trade. The Duchess sold it to buy a horse. Yes, a horse. Once a symbol of imperial grandeur, La Rusa vanished from royal hands. Will it ever return? The mystery sparkles on. Empress Josephine's diamond tiara. A dazzling constellation of 1,040 diamonds, glinting from yellow gold and weighing a staggering 260 carats. This tiara is not just jewellery, it's legend. Empress Josephine's diamond tiara remains one of the largest and most mysterious royal tiaras in history. Its exact origin? Still debated, but fragments of its past trace back to Empress Josephine's 1814 inventory. Some believe it may have crowned her head during Napoleon's 1804 coronation, immortalised by Jacques-Louis David. After her death, it passed through generations, worn by Queen Hortense, Emperor Napoleon III's circle, and eventually surfaced at Christie's in 1872. By the 20th century it graced Lady Monde in a glamorous portrait, dazzled at the Empire Ball, and crowned Princess Grace of Monaco at the 1966 Monte Carlo Opera Centenary. Then, vanished. Quietly sold by Van Cleef and Arpels in the late 80s, it hasn't been seen since. Where is this imperial masterpiece now? That's the cliffhanger the world still wonders. The Leuchtenberg Fabergé Tiara. Delicate yet dazzling, the Leuchtenberg Fabergé Tiara is a miniature masterpiece, just 13.2 centimetres wide, crafted in 1890 from silver and gold with pointed diamond arches, leafy motifs, and breathtaking briolette-cut diamond drops that seem to float mid-air. But here's the twist. Those glittering briolettes, a gift from Tsar Alexander I to Napoleon's ex-wife, Empress Josephine. Worn by no reigning queen, this tiara belonged to dynasties torn by war and bound by blood. It passed from Josephine to her son Eugène, and through generations of Leuchtenbergs, weaving through Russia's imperial courts before being sold during exile. Its last royal owner was Queen Marie José of Italy, who passed it to her daughter, who in 2007 auctioned it for over £1 million. Now, this imperial relic sits quietly in Texas, housed at the Houston Museum of Natural Science. But here's what no photo can tell you. These diamonds once danced on the edge of alliances, heartbreaks, and revolutions. Thank you for watching. Once again, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more sparkling stories. We would love to know your thoughts on which biggest tiara did you like the most.